Hello everybody, Lord Almighty here. Today is Saturday, August 27th, 2016, and since we're still in the middle of the dog days of summer, today I'm going to take things nice and slow, and by that I mean I'm going to be using finesse tactics to try to catch some largemouth bass. We've got perfect conditions for it today. We've got temps in the mid-80s. We've got sky that's mostly free of clouds, which normally means it's a high pressure system. And we've got a pond with some clear water. So you add those up, and that is definitely a situation where finesse baits will come into play. So I'm going to be starting out with this. This is a Yamamoto Pro Senko. It's rigged on a 1/16 ounce shaky head jig. And hopefully, finesse baits will be the formula to pry open the mouths of some finicky largemouths today. There's actually a pretty heavy breeze out here today, and that can make fishing with light line and light lures pretty difficult, but I'm going to stick with this for as long as I can. Okay, well, the shaky head was getting blown all over the place. I couldn't even fish it right, so I had to make a lure change. I switched over to this little tube bait. I've got a 1/4 ounce jig head on it, so this will help it get down fast and it won't get blown over by the wind. Okay, well, no action on the tube, so I made another lure change. Went to the old standby Texas rig Senko. A couple little split shot to help it get down. If I don't catch anything on this, I could be in trouble today. There we go. This one just picked it up and started running with it. You're not a bad fish. There we go. There we go. And they're pretty deep. Not bad, maybe a pound or so. There's a fish. Very next cast. Looks like the Senko might be the ticket today. This one's a little smaller. And then right in the top of his gourd. All right, number 2. Boy, it was nothing for the longest time, and then all it took was a lure change, and I got 2-on-2 casts. Sometimes that's all it takes. There's a fish. He's a pretty good one. Oh, there's a snapping turtle. Look at that. There's a snapping turtle. He's trying to get him. Oh my god. Oh jeez. I gotta get this guy out of the water. Look at that. Look at that right there. Big snapping turtle went right after them. Wow. And this is not a small fish either. It wasn't like I had a little sunfish. Man, that turtle was not messing around. Neither was this guy. This is a nice fish. He's a good 2-pounder. 2.5 maybe. Alright. You stay away from strange turtles, you hear? There we go. Hit it on the initial fall. I was waiting for it to hit bottom and line just kept going out. And I was like, man, I don't think it was that deep out there. And it's not. This guy just had it in his mouth. There we go. Eager young largemouth. The way I'm working this Senko today, and the way I normally work it is, I just cast it out and let it sink to the bottom, and then I just slowly drag it back in steadily. I know a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll like shake it like this as they bring it back, and that might work, but the Senko has like a natural kind of shimmying action but as it's going through the water, and thought I had a bite, and that's what I like to use to get the fish to bite, just that natural action. Oh, he came back and got it. He hit it on the initial fall. I came tight on him and he let go, and I thought that was it, but he came back and he got it. Alright, another little guy. He's got one of his eyes, kind of a bug eye. Doesn't seem to have hurt his appetite any. There's a fish. Small one. Just kind of sucked it in and laid on it. Didn't move much. There's a fish. Another small one. Double hooked him. Now I know I said before that I was throwing a Senko. That's not exactly true. This is not a Gary Yamamoto Senko. This is actually a jogger worm. It's made by Strike King. And the reason why I'm not using the Yamamoto Senko is two reasons. One, they're very expensive. They're a lot more expensive than other Senko style baits on the market. And two, the Senkos, the Yamamoto Senkos, are very fragile. You're lucky if you catch two fish on one Senko before you got to change to another one and it gets too torn up. This jogger worm is the same one I started out with, and I've caught, I think that was my 7th fish on it. So it's much more economical. You don't sacrifice that much in terms of action. I think all things considered, the Yamamoto Senko is probably the best of this style of bait to use in terms of just pure ability to catch fish. But it's a big investment because not only are you going to pay more per package, you're going to be buying more packages simply because they don't last as long. So if you're a guy on a budget like me, an off-brand might be a better choice than the genuine article. And I sincerely apologize to Gary Yamamoto because he is a hell of a lure maker. There's a fish. Wish I could get a few more of them big ones. I know they're in here. But if the little ones really want to play, I'm not going to complain. There we go. Another small fish. flung that Senko right off at my feet. Little fish, and I even got my lure back. How about that? There we go. Feels like another small one. Yep, he is. Oh. Flopping around like a fish out of water, aren't you? Wow, that wasn't too bad for the middle of a hot sunny afternoon. It started out kind of slow, but once I figured out what they wanted, I started getting bites, and I was able to put a pretty good catch together. And anytime you can hit on a pattern, that's a good day in my book. So thank you all for joining me today, and I will see you on the next adventure.